As one of the best connected countries in the world, it's no surprise that South Korea has a very high rate of social media penetration, with 44.7 million social media users being based in South Korea. This usage has meant that 71% of Korean consumers are more likely to purchase based on social media reference. Needless to say, this trend has led to an increase in South Korean influencers. South Korean lifestyle and fashion influencers can promote everything from skincare, makeup, clothes, all the way down to moldy pumpkin juice. With this sort of fierce influencer competition in South Korea, brands are wanting peace of mind and a trouble-free experience from their influencers, something that unpredictable humans cannot always provide. So what's the solution? South Korean influencer Rozy has worked with Gucci, Nike, Hermes, and even recently promoted Ryan Reynolds' new movie, Free Man. She has over 100,000 followers on Instagram, and by the end of the year, it's expected that she will earn close to $1 million from her sponsorships alone. Rozy has a squeaky clean history with no internet scandals or any sort of dirt dug up from her past. In fact, before August 2020, she had no past at all, because she didn't exist yet. Rozy is one of many AI influencers, but she's South Korea's first virtual influencer. Rozy was created after Cydia Studio X collected face data popular amongst millennials and Gen Z and created her to embody them. This has allowed her to advertise for over 100 companies, and as she is perpetually 22 years old, there's no signs of her slowing down.
Rozy is a three-dimensional character. She is gaining lots of attention mainly because she brings benefits to both companies and customers. Virtual influencers have zero possibility of having a personal scandal, which could have negative image on companies that hire them. And customers, especially in the era of the pandemic, get vicarious satisfaction from virtual influencers who can freely travel anywhere they want without wearing a mask.
Cydia's noted that as marketing using virtual influencers gains virality around the world, we thought Korea should join the trend as a leading country in information technology. That's why we decided to develop Rozy, the first virtual human in Korea. Virtual influencers can offer curated personalities, consistent brand messages, reliable contracts, and perfect customization to target audiences. All without the drawbacks of human influencers, such as uncovered scandals, personal priorities, the unpredictability of their future, and of course the inevitability of aging. So while many influencers were confined to their homes during the pandemic, Rozy was traveling the world, posting from places such as Zimbabwe, Egypt, Thailand, and the Philippines, as she was promoting tourist destinations, all without having to wear a mask or face hotel quarantine. As a social transaction, Avid comments that the phenomenon of Instagram influencers is users seeking to strategize and monetize personal popularity for on sale, which is the final collapse of boundaries between personal and public communication and the massification of identities performances as a symbolic commodity. So follows, likes, and comments have all become effective currencies of the social capital in the digital domain. Although this is not money, it can be exchanged for income, making it pursued as a livelihood. But while human influencers use this personal gain, virtual influencers are a business of employees, including software developers, designers, and marketers, so the currency can be a bit more cut and dry. A 2021 research paper noted that in the era of influencer marketing, the ability to automatically sense and respond to customer interactions will enable companies with AI capabilities to scale exponentially. While a separate 2009 article noted that businesses and agencies prefer CGI influencers, as they themselves own the influencers, enabling them to use analytical data to mold the exact influencer they want. This long-term can be more affordable and effective. Major corporations are also profiting off this trend, with the South Korean electronics company LG developing their own virtual human for their consumer electronics show. Reah Keem unveiled LG's new line of robots in January, and her virtual presence was very fitting due to the restrictions of the pandemic. If a Korean tech giant uses a virtual influencer at the most influential tech event in the world, then it's clear that the world will need to start getting used to seeing a few more non-existent influencers popping up online. While there are some concerns that virtual influencers will simply be created to conform to Asian beauty standards, virtual modelling agencies are already working towards encouraging diversity in this space by creating a range of non-binary, androgynous and plus-size models to better represent Southeast Asia's melting pot of races and languages.